It's always been more than a highlight show. It truly is a football night tradition. In now our 40th season, we bring you the best of Minnesota high school football.
Truestone Financial presents the KARE 11 Prep Sports Extra. Now, here's your host, Randy Shaver.
Hi everybody, thanks for joining us on a wild weather night across the metro and across the state. We have a lot of partial scores and things that have been postponed until tomorrow. We'll try to update all of these things as we move along over the next half hour. But we are live and we're hoping that we'll get some final scores in some games, including this big Mankato West Chanhassen game, which has resumed after a long weather delay in Chan. Of course, this is the number 1 and number 2 rated teams in Class 5A. It is our spotlight game. So at 7 o'clock, they started on time and they pick it up, Chanhassen does, with a big throw between Braden Winshittle and Daxton Bush, the same combination. Touchdown strike, perfect pass, 7-0, number 2 Chan in front. Bart Makinich on 4th and 2 gets the first down. That would lead to a short touchdown run by Makinich to tie the game at 7. Then a long weather delay. They didn't resume until like 10 minutes after 10 in Chan, but they do resume, and here we go. It's Tyler Smith on a great run here, 19 yards into Mankato West territory. It would set up the touchdown pass from Winshittle to Max Woods. Great catch, 28 yards. That made it 13-7. Right now, this game is 21-14. Let's go to the scoreboard. I think it's now been updated. Yeah, we need to update this. It's 21-14 Chan. This game is back on. I believe they're in the 4th quarter now. Elk River, Sauk Rapids Rice will be played tomorrow, with Elk River leading this game 8-6. Sauk Rapids Rice comes in undefeated in that game. Armstrong, St. Thomas Academy. This game is resuming like right now. St. Thomas Academy, I don't know why we've got that up there. St. Thomas Academy leading 30-13. Savion Hart's their star running back. Nice move here. Gets into the end zone for a touchdown to make it 6-0. Armstrong, after a muffed punt, Dawson Franke to Seth Newbern. Touchdown strike here to cut it to 9-6. And as I said, they have resumed this game 30-13 with St. Thomas Academy in front. All right, just a quick word of thanks to Neighborhood Sports for helping provide video access to streaming games all season. Without them, we couldn't bring you as many highlights as we have. They've been great. Here's an example. They were in Brainerd tonight for number 6 Alexandria against number 5 Brainerd in 5A. This game is now a final. Alexandria has pulled off the win. Lawton Kettleson drags the defenders into the end zone for the Cardinal touchdown, and they win tonight, 35-21 to hand Brainerd, their first loss of the year. There's a new number 1 team in 4A. That's Becker, led by head coach Dwight Lundeen in year number 54. Tonight, the Bulldogs hosted the former number 1 team in 4A, Hutchinson.
What a coaching matchup. Andy Rosberg and Dwight Lundeen. Between them, 614 wins, just 217 losses in 79 years combined of coaching. Dwight is in his 54th season. Andy in his 25th as head coach at Hutch. Hutchinson has won 7 of the last 10 matchups, but Becker has won the last 2 games in 2021 and 2022. 2 storied small-town football programs meeting on Friday night. I can smell the pork chops from here.
If you ever go to a Becker football game, you've got to have the pork chops. At Dwight Lundeen Stadium tonight, Becker and Hutch. Quarterback, there they are. There's Dwight, there's Andy. Love the matchup. They are rivals, and here we go. Charlie Renner, touchdown run, Hutch to put them up by a score of 6-0. Remember, they were shut out last week for the first time since 1974. Becker comes right back. What a one-handed catch by Kyan Blomqvist from Zach Bankston. It would lead to a touchdown pass, same combination. Becker led 7-6. They get this game in through a weather delay and everything else. Make it 3 straight wins for Becker over Hutch. Final tonight was 21-20. Another monster matchup in 4A tonight. Border battle of unbeatens. Number 2 rated Orono. Number 5 Mound West Tonka. Julia was at that game, but unfortunately they didn't finish it. Julia?
Yeah, Randy, it was homecoming for Mound West Tonka, and like you said, many tonight, a rain delay early in the evening, so they had to cut things short in the second quarter. But a little rain won't stop a good old-fashioned rivalry, right? War on the shore is what they call it, vying for the traveling anchor trophy. Well, anyways, we'll pick things up in the first quarter. Mound West Tonka with the ball first, and they take their sweet time on that first drive of the game. Over 7 minutes, and they find themselves in Spartan territory when Cole Drill finds Max Cray in the back of the end zone. 7-zip Whitehawks. But Orono strikes back with their first possession of the night. Handoff to Liam Rogers, and things look bleak. He shakes off 4 dudes and somehow finds a hole. He makes a break for it. 65 yards to the Whitehawks 10, and they are cooking. A down later, and they're knocking on the door. Gage Kropp forces his way into the end zone. Tie ball game at 7. We move to the second quarter. Drill goes deep, and Frankie Stevenson for Orono makes that snag. It's Spartans' ball. They quickly take advantage. Charlie Cortez finds Brady McPherson at the 20. He takes it the rest of the way, 13-7, when we did head into that weather delay, and that is where they sit. That game is postponed until 1 p.m. tomorrow. Randy?
Tackle Cancer is sponsored by Minnesota Oncology.
Thank you, Julia. Some great highlights in that game. Big tackle cancer game tonight at Randolph High School, where they hosted Cleveland. Last year, this little town of 500 people raised over $50,000 for Minnesota Cancer Research and Patient Aid. And they're back again this year, hoping to raise even more money. Thank you to the Rockets. Big tackle cancer night at St. Louis Park as well. Thank you for making a difference, Orioles. St. Louis Park hosting Jefferson tonight before the weather and all the problems that we've had across the Metro tonight. And tackle cancer night at Shakopee High School, where they're taking on Minnetonka in a big game in Class 6A. Of course, Shakopee comes in after losing to Eden Prairie. Minnetonka undefeated, but they lost their starting quarterback, Milo Spasovic, last week with an ACL. Hey, Andy Simonson, nice job filling in. Hudson Poole, 64 yards, touchdown, 7-0 Minnetonka. The Sabres, TJ Clark, gets the handoff. Wow! Where's the safety man on that play? Nice move. He gets down deep into territory, and then they don't get anything out of it. So Minnetonka comes back. It's Simonson to Joran Thompson. Touchdown. This game goes into a weather delay. I believe they've restarted. Shakopee rallies to cut it to 14-13. It is late in the fourth quarter with the Skippers on top. Lakeville North and Egan, and this is Tate Gage, stripped by North's defense and a fumble recovery. Sam Ripplinger would take off on an 18-yard run. So when we got there, North was in command. Then it goes into a weather delay, and now they've called it. Lakeville North wins over Egan 28-6. Number 2 South in 6A in Rochester tonight. Connor Cade takes it in for the score. Mayo actually led this game 10-0 early. Lakeville South's defense makes a play as they recover the fumble. Jonas Shine going to take it to the end zone for the touchdown for Lakeville South, and they win tonight 39-17. Number 1 Eden Prairie's at Wayzata. Hawken Headland takes it in for the short touchdown run. It was 15-0 Eagles, and then the rain and the lightning hit. This game is postponed until 11 a.m. tomorrow with Eden Prairie in front. Maple Grove and Blaine, Crimson leading third quarter. Charles Langama gets some space, takes it to the house. They are leading big over Blaine. This game postponed until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning because of the weather. On Wednesday in our prep preview show on the KARE YouTube page, I revealed my all-time AllMetro football team from 1987 when I started KARE's AllMetro to now. You can find it on KARE11.com/prep. Fun putting it together, fun sitting down with my all-time AllMetro quarterback. You're my quarterback.
Awesome. Very nice.
You're it. How do you feel about that?
Very honored and humbled. A lot of great players that played this game here. The Prep Sports Extra, we would go out, obviously Friday nights are the best. You go out and play, but I remember we would either go to somebody's house or Devani's or something. We always would make sure to kind of get the recap of the night and the highlights and the mentions of it. I mean, it was a big deal.
Joe Mauer, the year was 2000. He was the only quarterback that I chose for my first team, but there's others. There's a first team, second team, and third team. You can find it on KARE11.com/prep. We'll be right back.
I'm Sam Macy. I play edge for Chanhassen High School, and you're watching Prep Sports Extra.
Han Highlights is sponsored by True Stone Financial.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At True Stone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a True Stone checking account. It's true, because we're True Stone.
Get ready every day with KARE 11 Sunrise.
Rise and shine, everyone.
Giving you an accurate forecast.
We're tracking showers moving in that could slow you down.
Breaking news from overnight.
Yeah, let's get right to the new video.
And you're noticing.
So good to meet you.
I cannot wake up without turning y'all on.
All together, you guys are kind of like a little family.
You guys are a breath of fresh air in the morning to start the day.
And that's my little routine, so thank y'all for making it better.
Every day starts with sunrise on KARE 11.
Get 11% off your entire kitchen upgrade at Menards. Clearview Cabinetry is flexible by design, so you can go from doors to drawers for storage that works at every stage. And the style is so easy to update. You can do it in a snap, meaning you don't have to remodel your space to make it work even better. Save over $400 on these Travic Hickory kitchen cabinets after rebate. Clearview Cabinetry, 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday. Buy one pack of Just Bare chicken breasts, get one free. Buy one, get one free on family-sized Cheerios. And buy one, get one free on Hy-Vee potato chips, only at Hy-Vee.
Be a part of the Tackle Cancer campaign with the Minnesota Football Coaches Association. Raise money for cancer research and patient aid. Look for a Tackle Cancer game in your area this fall. Tackle Cancer, sponsored by Minnesota Oncology.
You do the most. So why not earn the most? With True Rate Checking from True Stone Financial, you get the most from your account. This much most, to be exact. It's true, because we're True Stone.
The KARE 11 Prep Sports Extra, sponsored by True Stone Financial.
It was a lot of fun to follow and to keep up and what's going on, and we think our chances are pretty good, and you look around, but it's a wonderful show. It's a wonderful way to stay connected and to kind of really see what's going on out there.
My thanks to Joe for all that. Couple of updates. Chanhassen still leading Mankato West 21-14. This game about 4 minutes left at Chan. And Minnetonka did beat Shakopee tonight. That final score was 14-13. Will Hall was in New Hope tonight for a 5A matchup between two 3-1 teams, Apple Valley and Cooper. Will?
Yeah, Randy, the Hawks and Falcons both off to 3-1 starts this season. Both teams also averaging right around 30 points per game so far this season. Going to pick things up in the first quarter. Cooper going to the air here. Cameron Fox connecting with Samaj Young, the 29-yard touchdown pass. What a grab there from Samaj. 7-zip, Hawks in front. We move to the second quarter. Hawks facing fourth down. No worries here. Junior Emmanuel Carmo out of the Wildcat, showing off the speed, turns the corner. The 18-yard touchdown run makes it 13-0. They would call it at the end of the third with a final of 13-zip. Cooper will play at Bloomington Jefferson next week, while the Falcons will host St. Thomas Academy. Randy, back to you for more 6A action.
Thank you very much, Will. Yep. All right, let's check out Woodbury. They're taking on Mounds View tonight. Touchdown catch, Tyler Nystrom, their star receiver. 7-0 Mustangs in front. Then a couple of turnovers in this game. George Bajella's pass is picked off by Joey Muhlstein for Mounds View. And then 2 plays later, Ben Hansen would intercept the Mounds View pass. And then Woodbury goes back to work. Charlie Jacobson. This is a 71-yard touchdown run to tie the game at 7-7. And Woodbury Mounds View, as we check the score right now, I believe the game is in a fourth quarter weather delay with Woodbury leading 14-7. Hopkins and Park Cottage, touchdown. Miskir Isaias throws it up, and it's caught by Dom Batts against Hopkins. Now Park is leading this game. This game has been postponed until tomorrow to finish it with Park in front, 34-6. Rest of 6A scores. Champlin Park in the weather delay, 15-6 is that score. This is a final, I believe. White Bear Lake, I believe, beat Eastridge tonight for their first win of the year, 21-15. Also in 6A, Centennial, do we have the score? No, okay, Buffalo Roseville, this game would be played tomorrow after they tried to play it tonight. Stillwater, 14-10, I believe they're going to try and continue to play this game. Stillwater leading at last word. That is a final. Centennial did beat Osseo 35-0. And Edina leading Prior Lake. And again, this game has been resumed because of weather. They're leading the Prior Lake team 27-26 the score. Maple Grove leading Blaine 34-14, as we told you. And Anoka Coon Rapids, that game will be played tomorrow after they tried to get it in tonight.
Hot Highlights is sponsored by Truestone Financial.
It's all a fluid situation. All right, our Hot Highlights winner for this week, thanks to your voting, all week long on KARE11.com. 78% of the vote. Buffalo linebacker Wyatt Osterbauer with a big interception for a touchdown against Eastview. Here it is. Watch Osterbauer in the end zone. He'll take it 104 yards for the touchdown to help seal the win for the Bison to push their record to 3-1. It's our Hot Highlights winner this week. We'll have 3 new choices for you to vote on next Monday night at 6 in KARE 11 Sports. Two Rivers, Highland Park. This game moved to Two Rivers because of the weather. Highland Park with a grass field, turf at Two Rivers. Touchdown strike for Two Rivers right there. Drew Altavilla to Adam Sushi, 8-0 Two Rivers. Then watch the kickoff, the ensuing kickoff, and it's strip. And Jaden Kinsel Arredondo takes it for the touchdown for Two Rivers, and they win big. Final score, 45-13, and we'll be right back.
I'm Kajan Cummings-Coleman, wide receiver, Coon Rapids, and you're watching Prep Sports Extra.
There are natural savers, and then there's the rest of us. So at Truestone Financial, we're giving you a little extra incentive, the high-yield special on savings certificates. Yeah, it's nuts, but it's true, because we're Truestone.
The KARE 11 Weather Warn Day signals a change coming for your weather.
Big hail, downpours, and flooding over the last few hours.
Because severe storms strike fast, the Weather Warn symbol lets you know when to be prepared.
Today's Weather Warn Day certainly has been verified by what we're seeing on the radar right now.
Think of it as an alert that keeps you and your family safe during difficult weather. So when the next storm is heading your way, you'll be prepared. Be warned before the storm with KARE 11 Weather Warn.
Be a part of the Tackle Cancer campaign with the Minnesota Football Coaches Association. Raise money for cancer research and patient aid. Look for a Tackle Cancer game in your area this fall. Tackle Cancer, sponsored by Minnesota Oncology.
It's the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday. Buy 1 pack of Just Bare chicken breasts, get 1 free. Buy 1, get 1 free on family-sized Cheerios. And buy 1, get 1 free on Hy-Vee potato chips, only at Hy-Vee.
Save big on your painting projects with 11% off everything at Menards. Ultra is an interior paint and primer in one that provides a clean, durable finish. Get a gallon for just $19.29 after rebate. Save time on your painting projects with grand distinction. It's a premium paint and primer in one that offers superior surface coverage. Pick up a gallon of grand distinction interior paint for only $32.89 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a Truestone checking account. It's true, because we're Truestone.
The KARE 11 Prep Sports Extra, sponsored by Truestone Financial.
You've been our storyteller on Friday nights, and I don't know what that looks like without you doing that. The games will go on, the stories will continue to be told, but in a different way, and you've been a great advocate and ambassador for us for high school football.
My thanks to Bob Madison for that. Let's check out some more highlights. New Prague taking on Rochester John Marshall tonight down in Rochester. Trojans trail at halftime but come back. The catch by Jack Berger holds on despite the hard hit. And then Colin Buteau takes it in for the short touchdown. New Prague wins tonight on the road. Final score was 28-20. The rest of 5A, what we have. Hastings leading Cretin, this game in a weather delay, third quarter. The Bemidji game's a final. They beat Sartell 41-14. This is a final. Cambridge beat St. Francis 21-20. Park Center over Irondale 19-0. That is a final score. Also in 5A, Moorhead beat St. Cloud Tech. That's a final. And Matamidi over Tartan. We were at South St. Paul tonight, Ettinger Field, when the weather hit just as we arrived for the second half, so they cleared the stands, as you should, with Simley leading 28-12, and I think that's where they are right now. That game postponed, I believe, till tomorrow. Let's check some scores now. North is a final, 42-0. Totino Grace is playing tomorrow at 3 o'clock against Holy Angels. Also tomorrow, postponed actually to Monday. Watertown Mayor and New London Spicer has been postponed to Monday. Dassel and Litchfield postponed until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Other scores from the Skyway. That's a final. Brooklyn Center wins 31-0 over Twin Cities Charter. The Annandale game has been postponed to Monday night at 7 o'clock. Little Monday night football in Annandale. Princeton remains undefeated with a win over Big Lake, 40-6. The Rocori game has been moved to tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock against Wilmer. Also, we have the Faribault game as a final, 28-21. Fridley beats South 34-8. That is a final score. This game in the fourth quarter postponed, I believe, or maybe it's weather delayed. I'm not sure if they're finishing at Columbia Heights or not. 14-6. Zimmerman beating Chisago Lakes, and if that score holds, that'll be the first loss for Chisago Lakes this year, and they play at Princeton next Friday. Elsewhere in the Skyway, De La Salle did win a shortened game over St. Anthony 35-13. Casson Manorville, that is a final over Winona, 42-7 was the score. Byron beat Holy Family, a shortened game in Victoria tonight, 28-0. Foley leading Malacca, that game in a weather delay, and I'm not sure if they're finishing it tonight or tomorrow. A couple of other scores here. Breck, again, a weather delay, St. Croix Lutheran, 14-7. That Spectrum game, I believe, has been moved to 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then Roosevelt falls to Henry, 56-0. Last night, Hill Murray with a win. Jackson Reeves to Gavin Berg against North St. Paul, 40-yard touchdown. This was a crazy game. The Pioneers scored 56 points in the first half against North St. Paul. Then they coughed up 48 in the second half, and the final score was 63-54. By the way, the Chan game is a final. They beat the number one team in 5A, 21-14, the final at Chanhassen. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Simon Seidel, cornerback at Hill Murray High School, and you're watching Prep Sports Extra.
There are natural savers. And then there's the rest of us. So at Truestone Financial, we're giving you a little extra incentive. The high-yield special on savings certificates. Yeah, it's nuts, but it's true, because we're Truestone.
Be a part of the Tackle Cancer campaign with the Minnesota Football Coaches Association. Raise money for cancer research and patient aid. Look for a Tackle Cancer game in your area this fall. Tackle Cancer, sponsored by Minnesota Oncology.
Lace up your sneakers and don't miss the Twin Cities Marathon. Be a part of the weekend with KARE 11 Plus. Stream every event from, well, wherever you want. Visit kare11.com/marathon for more information.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Add beautiful color to your projects with Minwax Wood Finish. This penetrating formula delivers oil-rich color in one single coat and dries in just 2 hours. Get a quart for only $10.99 after rebate. Protect your projects with a top coat finish. Fast-drying polyurethane provides long-lasting protection for all types of wood surfaces. Right now, pick up a quart for just $12.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
There are natural savers. And then there's the rest of us. So at Truestone Financial, we're giving you a little extra incentive. The high-yield special on savings certificates. Yeah, it's nuts, but it's true, because we're Truestone.
All right, we have a few more scores here. North Branch beat Duluth-Denfeld tonight 33-13. Detroit Lakes remains undefeated in 4A. They knocked off Morris Area. 41-6 was the final. Other scores, a weather delay game, Bold, the number 8 team in 1A, leading Dawson Boyd. And Eden Valley Watkins, that is a final. They beat Royalton tonight, 42-6 was that score. A few more scores. Melrose falls to Piers, 33-0. Rockford, big win over Minnewaska area, 34-7 tonight. And I believe we have two more. Redwood Valley falls to Jackson County Central. And Holding Ford Osakis, we never got a score in on that, and I'm not sure what the status is of that game. Let me, Jackson County, there it is. Okay, I said that already. Let me jump out to out here. Again, Chan beat Mankato West tonight, 21-14 in Class 5A. Chan will be the new #1 team next week in 5A. Grand Rapids beat Duluth East tonight in 5A, 49-22. That St. Thomas Academy game is back on playing. They are leading Armstrong 37-13. If that score holds, it'll be Armstrong's first loss of the year. And Owatonna beat Rochester Century tonight. 63-26 was the final. All right, crazy night. If it wasn't for turf fields around the Metro, none of these games would have been played tonight. None of them, not one of them, because of the weather. So thank goodness for the turf fields that a lot of high schools in the Metro and beyond have to allow these games to be played. We're back next Friday night with another Prep Sports Extra. We'll see you then. Don't forget, by the way, prep previews on Wednesday on the KARE YouTube page with myself and Craig Norkus. Have a great night.